Hey guys, welcome back. Cerise Fairfax here, coming at you from the north coast of the Dominican Republic in a province by the name of Puerto Plata, in a municipality by the name of Sosua, in a little neighborhood called Los Charamicos, where I live. I live where I love, and I love where I live.
I live where I love, and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living a good life, feeling whole.
Today is a sad story time. It is about a working girl that was killed here. Okay guys, so let's get into this. Her name is Zeta Rosario. She was 29 years old and a mother of 4, a resident of Los Charamicos here in this area, Sosua. She was last seen on October 29th, 2018 at a nightclub in El Bate, the sector of Sosua, with Felix Adasigun. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Also known as Uluse Adusigun. Now, the body was found on November 1st, 2018 in dense bushes in Jardín Deportivo Cabarete, a municipal district of Sosua. Forensic findings were severe head trauma and multiple wounds, including open wounds to the mouth and feet, and manual strangulation marks around the neck. Now, the suspect is of Nigerian origin. His name appears as Felix Adisungan, or Olisi or Olise Adisungan. And his passport number is here, which I won't give out. But it was reported that he is a former U.S. Army soldier residing temporarily at Alicia Beach Hotel in Sosua at the time of the crime. The suspect invited Zeta to the hotel after consuming drinks in Sosua. They agreed on a payment. It was supposed to be 2,500 pesos, which is like 50 bucks. But reportedly, he only paid 500 pesos. 500 pesos is 10 bucks. Triggering an altercation that escalated into fatal violence. The security footage showed Adisungan carrying Zeta, apparently incapacitated, out of the Alicia Beach Hotel, with the hotel security guard opening the door. Now, the aftermath. Adisungan allegedly transported her body by vehicle to Cabarete and deposited it in a thicket under the pretext of taking her to a hospital or family home. Now, the legal proceedings. On November 4th and 8th of 2018, a court ordered 1 year of preventive custody. There were delays due to lack of a legal translator for the accused defense, and the court also ordered seizure of his vehicle. Now, the charges included homicide, rape, and physical violence under Dominican Penal Code Articles 295, 304, murder and sexual assault. The conviction was on February 23rd, 2021. The Puerto Plata Tribunal found Adisungan guilty and sentenced him to 20 years in prison. He is to serve the sentence at Centro de Corrección y Rehabilitación San Felipe in Puerto Plata. Initially, the case drew significant local media focus, but public visibility faded until final conviction over 2 years later. It highlights the challenges in the judicial system here. And yeah, so I will say this. So the reason why I am doing this case today for story time is because it was requested. On one of my lives last week, I mentioned this story. It was I was here for a very brief time at the time when this happened, and I can remember when this happened. I was so shocked when I heard about it, and I've never heard of another woman being treated that way ever again. So what he did was, and I didn't remember the story fully. I did remember that he took her to Alicia Beach Hotel. I did remember that he was African and somewhat in the military and had 2 passports. It was very vague in my life. And I do remember him carrying her out, wrapped up or whatever, like in sheets or something of this nature. But the security guard actually opened the door to let him out. So he said to the security guard, she needs to go to the hospital. She needs medical attention. So instead of giving her medical attention, he took her to Cabarete and threw her in the bushes there. And yeah, he was caught. It was a huge thing the first day that he got caught. The TVs, and there were people taking him into the courthouse. He was screaming, he was yelling, necesito abogado, tall brother. And he was really scared and really nervous by right. He took this young girl's life. Children? At the time, I didn't even really know of Chetamicos very well, but she lived right here in this area in Chetamicos. And I think at that point, it probably would have been a good idea to start regulating things with the girls, as this was a whole life that was taken. And it was almost like a week later, nobody was talking about it until I brought it up last week on my live, because my memory was triggered when someone said that I said that the guys are no good to the females here, and I would never say that. And I said the only time I know of a guy that was no good to a female here was that case. And so someone messaged me and just said, hey, Cerise, why don't you cover that case and tell more about it? So I got the information, and that's pretty much it. He got 20 years for taking her life. 20 years. He beat her in her mouth and her feet, everything, because he didn't want to give her 2,000 pesos more. They agreed to 2,500, and then he just wants to give her 500 pesos, $10, and then takes her life, her dignity, everything. The guys that come here, usually it's the opposite. They get taken advantage of, usually most of the time. Guys are usually the ones bringing down gifts and, giving money. And even when they're not here, sending money through Western Union and always doing so much more for the women. And most of the guys know, don't promise a certain price to the girls, and then when you get back to the hotel room, you think you can change that price up. Not at all, because she will contact the police and she will kick up. That is her money. That is her livelihood. That is her business. She is her brand. And she had all those children as well. Oh my gosh. May she rest in peace. Just rereading the story, it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. They are changing it here to become family friendly, but we all know that certain things will not change. We all know that even in downtown Toronto, where I'm from, there are working girls. There will always be working girls. But what they want to do is change the face of Sosua. They want to bring in more business, and this is what is happening. And you see, a lot of you guys that are my viewers, you guys are not the guilty ones. You guys are not the ones that are, being set up and being pushed down. A lot of you guys are just coming here to Sosua You like to eat some snapper on the beach. You like to smoke some cigars. You like to go to some of the sports bars and watch sports. You like to go to the casino. You love to have a good time. Many of you are married. Many of you come in groups just to hang out and travel. Many of you come to see the girls and look at them and people watch. Not all of you guys indulge in the pay to play, but those of you who do indulge in the pay to play, I also don't feel that you guys are like criminals. I don't feel that you guys are doing something that is that deserves to land you in jail. You guys are literally here to enjoy your life. So I do want to tell you, even though Sosua will become family friendly, it's going to take a little while for that to happen. And I do believe that Pedro Clisante will always be a strip. It'll always be late at night as well. The women will have to be regulated. The women will have to start dressing nicely. They will have to be classy, not trashy. They will have to represent themselves properly. They will have to not bring danger to you. And not only that, on the strip, no children are going to be there at night. You know, eventually it may turn into something more different, but I could never imagine any street at night having children. And remember, cabarete will always be cabarete. You know, don't boycott the Dominican Republic. Just know that changes are coming. Change is inevitable anywhere. You can say the change is because of the vloggers, but that really has nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. It's because of land, and it's because of change in general. A lot of people have come here. They are buying property. They are investing. They can see that there is a lot to invest in here. And that's just called evolution. And that's exactly what is happening. And a lot of you guys come here and you have fun and you have a good time. If you mind your business, no one's going to mind it for you. If you're smart, you're cool, you're respectful, and you just come down here, you go for your drink, go for your cigar, chill out, have a good time, you'll be fine. Don't walk around with 10 girls on your arm. Don't walk around like Don Juan. Don't act like you are all that. You know, some guys do that. For the majority, they don't. Most guys are just calm, cool, and collected. So yeah, I just want to say, you know, I can see that there are going to be a lot of changes, and I think that they should have started a little earlier for the girls to be regulated, because so much has happened after that death. And I don't mean with the girls, I mean with a lot of tourists being taken advantage of as well. So I do believe that the girls should be regulated. I do believe that they should be telling people where they are, what they're doing, you know, maybe even have a card, a registered sex worker card. I know it sounds crazy, but it is. They have a job and they are a big part of tourism, and that's what it's going to most likely come down to eventually. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and don't forget to comment down below where you're watching this from. I love you. Huge hugs. Please be good to yourself. Big blessings. Remember, tomorrow's not promised, so make the best of today.
Woke up to the sunrise, paint in the sky. Palm trees swaying like they're saying hi. Coconut water dripping down my chin. Sosua mornings, let the day begin. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living the good life, feeling whole. Cerise rules their island charm. Locals teach me peace with no alarm. Mango, sweet papayas in my hand. Learning their ways, I start to understand. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living the good life, feeling whole. Oh, dancing in the streets to the beat of the drum. Stories of the past from the old and the young. Traditions flowing like the waves in the sea. The north coast of Sosua, it's setting me free. Fishermen's boats coming back to the shore. Smiles all around, can't ask for more. This life's a treasure, a gift from above. In Sosua, I found a home to love. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living the good life, feeling old.